All right, everybody,
Okay.
I am back, and this time I have a returning guest. First of all, a lot of you listened to the first one, so you will recognize this young man. And I'm saying young man because he is a young man, and it pisses me off, damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, old friend to the show, friend of mine, J.M. Brady. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, S-Man? How you doing?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's a weird thing. We did the show last time. We covered a lot of stuff, and it was really weird because I was surprised. See, at the time, I didn't know you lived so close to my hometown, uh,
Right.
a Delaware guy, and it's weird. It's almost like you're my first Delaware friend. My mom told me to stay away from Delaware people.
Well, how old is she?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, dude. Like, I guess I probably would be, and then gee, yeah, I guess I would. A lot of people try to tell me that they didn't even know Delaware was like a real place and all that stuff. So I'm like, hey, I got that urban legend status to go with my living legend status. So that's actually pretty cool. I'll take
yeah.
it.
Let me ask you this because I do shows, or I did shows in Delaware, and I'll start doing shows in Delaware probably in 2022.
Mm.
So I'm expecting your ass to show up, sucker. But
All right, all right. It's my hometown. Why not?
but it's like it's a weird thing. But what I wanted to know, and this is something,
Uh,
you play music on your show,
right,
and you have another show where you do commentary.
right.
You separated them out.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming that you are a really huge music head from the get go because you have really packed in. I mean, that is a full show, like a radio show length when you do the music,
Oh yeah.
you know. So do you have it? I mean, I know what you play. Obviously, the people listening may not know what you're playing, but do you have a specific type of music that you like to play, or are you basically just playing everything? By the way, yes, I know the answer to this question, but they may not.
Nah, man. I just play everything. I mean, like, there's a lot of independent musicians out there that need that airplay, need those people to actually listen to them. And I'm like, these are good sounds. I like it. Hey, maybe you'll like it. And then I try to present that variety. Because people always try to just stick to genre and try to marginalize themselves. I'm like, life's too short. I think you need to open your horizons a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to have a bunch of people say that there's no good music anymore.
Hmm. I've heard that a lot. I really have. I mean, every generation has that group of people that hate everything that came
Hmm.
after them. It's like,
Hmm.
anything that started playing after I turned 31 sucks.
Right. It's like, how is that even a thing? And why
Mm.
do we keep it going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a weird, because I go to, like, you go to YouTube and you'll see an old song it's like a Marvin Gaye song, something
Right.
that came out when I was a kid, and then you'll hear people say things or write things like, "Who's still here in 2021?"
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, everyone that likes people who can sing well. That's what-
Right? Yeah, people who have taste, people who want to listen to music. I mean, those that are actually curious. Yeah,
Mhm.
a wide variety. I mean, yeah.
Have you, I mean, were you always a music guy? I mean, even from a kid, because a lot of people that I know, when they have they have an art form that speaks to them early on. Obviously, with me, it was comedy and storytelling. I like music too, obviously, but it was always comedy and storytelling. Were you a music guy, or were you a radio guy, or
God, that's kind of hard to say, yes, man, because I'm a little bit of a hybrid. Because I mean, I always used to love Kiss FM and Q 105, and then like all that stuff growing up, and then when it was cool, Cool 101.3, when they would play some good stuff. I don't know what they do now, but yeah, I used to experience a lot of radio side, and my dad would always play music all over the place. Like, you know what I mean? So I was exposed to it early.
what did he? I mean, did he have what did he play? I mean, because was it? I mean, like, obviously, a lot of times when you're in the car with your pop, they always, of course, they commandeer the radio because it's their car. So You
Mm.
wind up listening to whatever the hell they're listening to, and you better not touch that radio. You get that look like. So what did he play?
Well, he played Delphonics. He played like everything from Motown, and he also played like Michael Jackson. And then there were times where he would play Art of Noise, and I was like, how did we get to this point? And then he would play Black Sabbath, and he would play like just a mixture of everything, man. And of course, Hendrix. You can't be in a house without Hendrix or Prince. And I had my Prince wave early.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because when Prince came out originally, I was like 10. You know what I mean?
Right?
So it's like, so it's like there was always some of that around, and but it's just really weird because you're in the car with your dad or your uncle, and I was surprised at how much what they played in the car driving you home or taking you on like an uncle thing or a father thing, how much what they played is just burned into your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Earth, Wind, and Fire is burned into my head.
Oh, yes. Do you remember?
Yes. I have no choice but to remember. And I legitimately liked it, but it was just like, yeah, shut up, boy. Listen to this. This is good music. Shut up. I'm like, okay. I'm kind of young to have a musical taste, but okay.
Hey, man, like as soon as you get that stuff, you're going to appreciate it because it keeps you alive during all these crazy times. I mean, like, all that stuff that's going on overseas and then the stuff that happens in the war at home. It's just like, but when you just turn all the stuff off and you pull out a book and you got like any of those music just playing back, even like the Beatles, it takes you away.
It's amazing how art forms in just any art form, if it's at the highest level, just think about it, because you have the podcast just like I do, and there are people. Isn't it kind of weird when you create something, you write something, you put something together, and then you realize, and you kind of hit you that there's somebody that you never going to meet, that's never going to write you, that is sitting in their car listening to what you created and digging it. You're never going to meet these people, because there's a lot of people that will consume content, love the crap out of it, but will not say anything to you. And, I always kind of have that person in mind, or those people in mind, whenever I'm creating anything. Have you gotten to the point where, have you gotten any, what kind of feedback on the positive tip? Nobody cares about negative crap. There's always idiots doing that. But on the positive tip, what's going on with you and your audience? What are they saying?
They're loving what I'm doing, dude. They keep saying, stay the course, keep moving forward. When's the next J360 Jams? What are you going to do for the Jams anniversary? All that kind of stuff. And then other people are like, hey, can I actually be on Hangouts sometime? It's a lot of things. And then some people even, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like, and even for the J-Man show, which actually is like the flagship show and holds it all together, there are people that actually yell out to me, "Welcome to the J-Man show." I'm like, nice.
Isn't that weird when you hear your catchphrases?
Yeah, actually it is.
It's like, I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there going, why are random strangers calling me bastard? Oh. It's like, I'm like, hey, I listened to you, you bastard. And I'm going, oh, yeah. Because I didn't know I said it that much.
Yeah, you do. And I am a proud member of the Bastard Army. I love being a bastard.
It's just a weird thing to have strangers, because I'm sitting there going, because it's just a tiny sliver of some kind of notoriety. You know what I mean? Just like a tiny little piece. And I'm going, well, what is it? What happens to someone who doesn't have a cult following but is actually famous?
I really don't know, man. That's the weirdest thing. I mean, I really don't know what happens to those people. I think, because there are moments where, celebrities, I think it depends on, what goes on threw them at that moment in time.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because some of them, they're really on the deep end. They act out and they lash out, whereas like some people that are getting that, they're probably like very appreciative of it, but then they probably don't want to, associate that much. I mean, it really depends.
I mean,
I think
would you want that level of fame? Like the Michael Jackson Prince level?
I mean, I would want it, yeah, but I also know, like, I can see, like, if I'm going through a rough period of time, I probably won't do public appearances like that.
Mm.
But, I mean, like, once again, I try not to bring all my my private stuff out in the public. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm out there for the fans, I'm out there for the fans. So, I just ride the wave.
Well, the good thing,
really
the thing about we are in a different situation than those two dudes, because when they were at the apex, when at the height, before they moved to ultimate legend status, there was no internet, no Facebook, no Twitter, and they were getting crushed then.
That's true. Very true.
Just imagine what it would have been like to be there. I feel bad for these kids though. These 15 years old and 20-year-olds who are becoming ultra famous right now, and they can't do a damn thing. Everybody has a high definition camera in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Access to literally the entire world and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been very careful not to put anything really stupid out there.
Yeah, you gotta watch yourself.
I mean, are you super duper cautious about, one slip up, man?
That's all it takes, man, because it's gonna be out there forever, ever.
Because nobody, it's just a weird thing, because nobody, you don't think. I mean, I had some young relatives at the house when was that Periscope was still a thing.
No,
I was going, listen, could you not sit on my porch and Periscope with the camera pointing at the address?
Oh man. Oh man.
I was like, because people know you're related to me, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. like those signature marks, dude. As soon as they start seeing like the locale and everything and all that kind of stuff, they're like, "Oh, that's the mailbox, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna come right there. I might get an autograph."
Because the 99.9% of the people that would show up would be cool, but that 1%. Wait a minute. You disagree with me politically? Why are you squatting on top of my Camry? Oh, no.
Oh, no. See, somebody, look, you know Beyond Thunderdome, right? Two people enter, one leaves. As soon as you crap on my car, you're not even a person anymore. And one way or another, I have sanctity of the home. I'm going to go ahead and defend that. You know what I'm saying?
The funny thing is, my neighbors would whip their ass if they saw somebody touching my car before I would get to them. I was like, but you didn't leave me any ass to whip, man. Could you have left me like a little teeny bit of ass to whip? Just a smidgen of buttocks to whip? No, bro.
Nah, bro. I think if anything, they knew the liberty and they knew the law of the land. So yeah.
Because it's a better place than I'm living now. I mean, have you ever lived in a really, really bad neighborhood?
Close to it, but not knee deep in one. I mean, like, I can understand, like, the stories that go down, though. I mean, you got to defend yours and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about this before. But, because could you turn on the news now? Because I know that, like I said, you do the original, your flagship show, when you definitely dive into some serious topics on that program. Now, have you been hammered by people? Because once you let your politics out, once you let people know Republican, Democrat, automatically 40% of your audience is mad at you. 40% of the people that are aware are mad at you. I mean, I pretty much know who my audience is. You got to know who your audience is, because after a few years, the people that stick are the people that kind of flow the way you flow, but there's always a few.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. I've been through that before. Like I've had people try to slam me down. I've had people try to be like, "Oh, you can't blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, really?" And then I fight them back on it. But what really pisses them off though? When I tell them I'm a registered independent. When I tell them I'm an independent, oh, that just pisses the entire room off. And I love it too, because I'm like this. You can't tell me what to do like that. It's my choice. When you start using those freedoms and those rights that you have, they got a problem with it. And that's the thing they're arguing about.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most interesting conundrum you've ever seen.
Jay.
It's so sad.
Jay, want to know what's hilarious? I'm 52 years old. I have always been a registered independent.
Mm-hmm.
And people go, hey, man, I was going to one of the poppy stores. And for those of you outside the country, if you're in New York, they call them bodegas. If you're outside of the country, I don't know what they call them in your countries, but basically in the United States, it's a small local corner store in New Jersey, Philadelphia, probably Delaware too, New York. It's usually like they call them poppy stores themselves. I don't know if I don't consider it a derogatory term. I don't think it is one because that's what they refer to it themselves. But it's usually like Dominicans or somebody like that running the store. And when the election was happening, I get out and I see a guy leaning against my car, and I'm looking at him, and he saw the look on my face, and I don't think he realized he was leaning on the car. And he goes, "Hey man, sorry about sitting on your car, bro." I said, "Yeah, okay, all right." Yo, man, did you vote? Now, who starts off a sentence with that to a stranger? I go,
somebody that want to start some shit.
I go, yes, I did. He goes, you ain't vote for Trump, did you? And I went, no. He goes, oh, all right. And then he walks away.
No, because he was trying to get that initiative going, man. See, that's all it takes now. But back in the day, they used to be fighting in duels and stuff like that over most marginal crap anyway. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, we do it over the law of the land and all that kind of stuff. But you got fabrications and lies out there all over the place. Like right now, you can't even say like who won the election or not because in some people's mind they try to say, oh, Trump had that election won. So we all know he didn't. So not by a long shot.
Isn't that kind of a weird thing? Because the parents of people my generation were actually the civil rights age. They were teenagers and 20-somethings during that time period where they actually saw signs where no colored this, no colored that. They saw that stuff. But obviously I never saw that stuff because I'm 25 years later. I was born in the 60s, but I didn't, you don't know, how far back do you remember till you were 10, 11? You don't remember when you were 5, right? So I remember the 70s, and it's just a weird thing to see that now we're all the way back to where the nutcases and the a-holes are just going, I don't have to hide that I'm a piece of crap anymore. Fantastic. N-word.
Yeah, people just going off on that tangent. I mean, like if you say the N-word, it's already offensive enough, but they just want that shock value. You know what I mean? Like you got some people like say like we say it. Well, we don't get all offended about it. But if somebody on the outside says it, then we're just all up in arms about it. I'm like, damn, I wish we would do that kind of, motivation on more important things because that stuff's in the spectrum. They know that. But there are like a whole list and a whole line of other different words out there from history alone that would really piss you off. And there's some for them too. And it's just a shame that one way or another, we still having a hard time and an uneasy relationship with this thing, just like the U.S. has with China. And it's just ridiculous.
It's a weird...
That word doesn't define us.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. It's like I haven't been called that in a long time. And, when I was called that, I just looked at the guy like, really? So I'm supposed to melt now or something? You think I'm going to punch you in the face and go to jail? Nah, I'm just going to get my coffee, go pff, and walk out because I'm not going to whip your ass and go to jail. Yeah, I want to whoop his ass, but I'm not going to do it.
Which is funny though, because I guarantee you, somebody's running around doing that stuff. That's because of why they do it. See, they think that you ain't going to beat that ass. And you see, in some cases, there's some people that go from 0 to 60. We talked about this before. But it's like, for real, if there was a law where it's like you are allowed to whoop somebody's ass, you know how many people would enforce that shit?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, one way or another. But guess what? We all would be calmer, though. After we all just beat the living hell out of whomever is in the way and stuff like that, we'll all be a lot like, do you want to go and get a beer or something like that? And I don't drink, but that'd be the one time I talk about, hey, let's go to the bar or something. Because we actually got our differences out. Whereas now, people don't fight, they start getting petty. Then they start going after each other on all these different things. That's what I'm really trying to say. But back in those days, they could fight.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I got friends now that are roughly my age where like 52, like 30-something years ago, we're in our teens and 20s, beat the crap out of each other. Right?
Yeah.
And we were cool. You know, it was almost like a Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner was like, you said what? Okay, we finished whooping each other's ass. Okay. And then that was the end of it.
You know, like, disputes got solved then. Nowadays, it festers. It's like, that one moment, then another moment, then another moment. And then people look at the whole big bang, but it's like the conflict was there anyway, so how late are you? You know?
Well, I think that I know that from my age, I think I'm among the last generation of dudes that could whoop somebody's ass or get their ass whooped and really kind of had it was almost like a sports type thing to us where, you know, two guys box in the ring and they go, I guess you whipped my ass this time. Whatever. And then you go about your business. Or the next time, he whipped my ass this time. Yeah, okay. And I didn't want to kill the guy. You know what I mean?
Well,
he doesn't want to
not,
kill
no.
me. I don't want to blow his house up. But you see dudes now, and I'm telling you, man, and these are guys that will call you, who's in his 30s, they'll call you old head, because they started calling me old head when I was like 26, right?
Right.
And they go to the strap really quick. These guys go to the strap fast. And
off the chain, man.
I was like, because I had a couple dudes. My uncle was walking down the street in the snow, and there was this young dude, and my uncle just kind of stepped to the side to let the dude walk by, and the dude was like, "Yeah, I'm glad you moved over here, because I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood today." And they showed his gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And another time, my uncle almost hit somebody's car, and the guy goes, "Man, I'm glad you didn't hit my car, old head." Then he showed his gun, and I'm going, and I wasn't there for that. He just told me the stories, and it happened to me a couple of times, like. Yeah, you cool over here. You cool over here. I thought I thought you was a young boy. If you was a young boy, brother, you know what I'm saying? Open his coat up, 85 guns in there. I was sitting going, so if I was 30 years younger, you would have shot at me, you know? And it's weird. I can't you turn on the news and you're like, what the hell am I looking at over here?
I mean, that's when you know the block is hot, man. Like nowadays, like, There ain't no cool down periods these days. You just gotta be aware and be safe.
Yeah, I mean, every time I turn around, you know, I keep tabs on my hometown, and you know, every time I turn on the news, it's like, oh God, Jesus Christ, 15 people were shot by morons. You know, it's like, why are you doing this, you dumb idiots? Why?
Right.
And that's
but
the thing.
You know, people don't want to have that conversation. Oh, sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to chime in on that. I was about to chime in on that. I'm like, but I bet the conflict that started all was either, let's see, weed, somebody's money, or chances are somebody's woman. It's something usually really petty. You know, it's not really like an honor dispute thing. It's something that's really, really petty that starts the stuff.
It's really weird because it's like you don't even know who to date anymore because you don't know who the ex is.
That's true too, but at the same time, you know, you fucked up. She's mine now, so yeah. You know,
I mean, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but man, under normal circumstances, you can get away with that. But if that ex was, you know. Woo,
What?
woo. Nuts.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Like Bellevue, right? Pretty
Yeah, man.
much.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone out with ladies and you see a woman, she's looking all delicious and everything. You're like, oh man. You step to her, whoop, 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 everything's going great. You go out for a little while, you give each other the good business, if you understand what I'm saying.
I
And
understand what you're saying.
and then all of a sudden now this is because she thought she was just going to give you the business a couple times because you're cute or whatever, and didn't realize we are going to
Uh,
start to become the boyfriend. And then all of a sudden she starts telling the secrets. You know, um, I have two daughters. I'm like, oh, all right.
hmm
And their father, I have a restraining order against him.
hmm
Okay. Okay. And he carries guns and if he's just a regular guy, you can usually talk to the dude, or try to figure something out. But it's like, oh no, and it's like I don't have any bad feelings about the lady or anything like that because just like she hid. Well, this is like 15 years ago, but just like she hid the two kids from me, which I didn't appreciate, he could have
Right.
hidden the fact that he's a complete D bag from her.
There, yeah.
She might not know.
Yeah.
She might
Might
not
not,
know.
but still, I mean, if she laid with him and had two kids, they both, he's the father of both of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, then at that point, yeah, there's no real excuse. I mean, she went in for one, and then she went in for two. So, like, yeah, like at the end
Yes.
of the damn day, it's like
I can change
there ain't no
him.
redeeming qualities here.
I can change him. And
Yeah, okay.
and hey, let's be real. You ain't that
Mm.
young. Don't act like you ain't try to change some lady. You try it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I would never attempt to change any of these hoes in my days of living on this fine. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to break that lie up.
You saw right through that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got 20 more years on the planet. I could sniff that bull crap coming out your mouth just now. I took a big whiff.
Well,
I
guess
was like,
what? If you could sniff it, you got to admit that was some almost fine-tuned bullshit, sir. So if you, oh man, I remember that though. But you see, that's one of those things when you're in your 19 to early 20s. You think you can do that crap, but no,
did you ever?
it's
I
just
mean, when you
not
went to
gonna happen like that.
did you ever date ladies? I'm talking about like maybe not teens because I think we're a little different in that way because I was doing comedy at 17.
Right.
You're probably getting ready to go to college. So
Mm.
I know that you're college. I know. I mean, I've done shows on college campuses, and ooh, it's like, why did And I'm not proud of it. And I'll be honest with you, I had really good restraint compared
All
to
right.
what was offered to me after I walked off that stage. But it's like it's really difficult when there's like 900 people out there. You do yeah, you walk off, you're in the back, and all of a sudden it's like you're offered things. If you
Oh,
understand what I'm
you
saying.
mean like special toppings and happy endings?
Yeah, you're offered a variety of services.
The bonus menu.
I'm sitting back there going, I'm like, I'm just some dumb kid who did a show for an hour. What the hell is being offered if a rock star or a huge star comes to town if there's 20 women back here for me?
The next music video, bro. That's
I
what it
was
is.
like, oh my God. I yeah, hey man, look, I was like, look, I ain't trying to catch any diseases or nothing. I don't want to be here where I do something, I give, we do something and then all of a sudden some dude, hey, that's my girl, bro. And I got like half the football team trying to
Uh,
stomp me out. I'm like, no, 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 no. So of course I maintain my virginity until this very day. See, I can
well,
lie
I don't know
too.
about till this very day. I don't know about that. That was some
I can
good
lie
trick
too.
bullshit there. I know. I saw that. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
don't even try it.
yeah. I snapped that tape a long time ago.
I know you did. I know
Yeah,
you did.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
because at least then, in your time, you actually could have that wild sex without too much going on.
Mhm.
Whereas, like, my age group, we gotta, have Trojan Man come around, and we gotta slide it on, or we gotta make sure she's got all these other protectants and all that stuff. Of course, y'all did have the pill back then, but
Yeah,
it's just things like that.
I'll be honest with you. I used to, and I wasn't some hoe, okay,
Well, you
but
might as well have been. Shit,
you
I
know,
was.
I was not some. The funny thing about it was I was always the type of dude who would find a girlfriend, right? So I
Oh, okay.
had ridiculous amounts of sex, but it wasn't with a
Yeah.
ridiculous amount of women. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay. So
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
yeah. So you were the pre-married package. There you go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because my friends used to always laugh at me. They were like, every time we turn around, you got some girl, but you stick with them for like years. And I'm going, I said, do you realize? Like, they would always brag about, oh, I was with these two girls, and yeah, me and these two. And I did the math, and I'm going, I'm having literally 10 times as much sex as you guys.
And the thing is, the woman, the body. They
Mm-hmm.
don't really know, and then half the time, she says she's a woman, but she might not be a woman. And then they in pitch black darkness. You never know. It could be a whole lot of wild stuff.
All
HBO
I'm
did
saying is,
documentaries on this.
I don't judge, bro. Go for it. Like they say
Look,
in Rocky.
hey,
Go for it.
well, he did go for it. He was the girl that night. But
I saw a couple of dudes I knew, and this was back in the day when joking about that kind of stuff was acceptable, I guess. And even back then, I kept my mouth shut and backed up like I'm not joining. Because you get a bunch of comics around the table or hanging out,
no.
you do something dumb, you already know the verbal stomping is coming.
Oh yeah.
They're sitting at the table. They caught me. Oh God, okay. I'll screw it. They. Let's just say when you're after a show and you're enjoying your special time with a young lady,
Yeah.
lock the hotel room door. You don't want your friends to come in with beer thinking you're going to watch TV and you're in mid, you're driving the car up into the garage and they walk in, they're like, look at him. We didn't want to see your ass, N-word. And then they walk out.
Oh, man. You didn't tell me you didn't have that door locked?
I wanted this woman so bad. I'm surprised I did. I'm surprised my pants stayed on long enough to get from the front to the bedroom. Because this is one of those hotel rooms where the door opens up and the first thing you see is a dresser, the bed, a TV. It was like the kind of room they give a comic when you're coming up.
Right.
Coming up, bad choice of words. So, and so I was like, if you've been someplace where you see somebody and they're so physically attractive, it's like, it's like. If she told me to slap grandma, I'd be like, Grandma, you just gonna have to take one for the team,
Yeah.
And then she sees the show and she's the greatest, the best, the incredible, the greatest, the best. Give you a kiss on the cheek and accidentally get she. You could tell you think she's going for the cheek, but she goes to the mouth. Then the hand goes down to you know what I'm saying, and you're going. I think she's telling me that everything's gonna be fine. Run upstairs as fast as possible. Open up the drawer, pull out the hat, if you understand what I'm saying. Put the hat on, try to dive into the goodness. And I'm like, everything's going boom, bow, bow, giving that good business, And then the door opens up, bang. Hey, man, we thought you'd like to. We looking at your ass. Oh, God.
Yes, man. No. You kind of locked the door, but dude.
It only happened once.
Man, I am so sorry for you.
I'll be honest with you.
But she was bad, though. She was bad, right? Right?
Jay, I didn't even stop business.
Yes.
Get out, guys. You ain't even going to stop? Nah, get out. Lock the door.
No, you won't stop.
They didn't,
you.
Yeah.
There are rules. You're going to have to watch now. I ain't stopping for that.
You might learn something, losers. So
The stroke must go on. You know?
But that's the thing. It's like I never. I mean, obviously, Jay, you were a huge hoe,
Hey,
and I feel comfortable calling a man. I would never call a woman that, but I have no problem referring to you, my friend, as a. Are you a reformed hoe, Jay, or are you
hey,
still a
look.
disgusting hoe?
I am not a hoe. I'm good. I mean, after all, I just loved the ladies when I was younger. That's all,
Right. Hold on.
Yeah. Well,
I smell more BS.
what do you mean? No. I mean, I'm a flirt, but I mean, at the same time, though, no,
You
I'm not
went
as like.
to college.
Yes, and I did a lot in college.
You went to college. You ain't fooling nobody, Jack.
Yeah, well, you got to give me points for trying. But nowadays, I would guess I'd be kind of reformed,
You kind of have to be, right? I mean,
Right. I mean, you do grow out of it after a while.
yeah. I mean, I don't. It's well, okay, okay. Maybe you grew out of it, and I grew out of it, but
Well,
I got some friends that are close to my age and some friends that are older than me, the dudes, and I'm telling you right now, it's like, weren't you with a redhead like last week?
they trying to recapture that youth, man. You've seen City Slickers before.
Oh my God! It's just
Right?
it's yeah. I mean yeah. I don't know
You
what
can't
am I
knock
Jack
that. I
Palance or am
mean,
I Billy Crystal? I'm trying to figure out.
well, when it comes to you and me, you're Jack Palance. But when it comes to them, I think you're Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Which is cool. He gets ass.
I only have one thing though. If we're gonna make movie references, with my level of incredible skill, none of my ladies have ever been Meg Ryan. You understand what I'm saying? You smoke this imaginary cigarette.
Hey, look, man, you had sex with the door open and gave your friends a free show. I mean, at this point, let's just be honest. You were Ron Jeremy in it up.
Yeah. That's not
No,
the
that's
only
what
time
we're
something like
proud
that.
of, though.
Yeah, that's not the only time something. I think that's something like that's happened to me 3 times, but that's the most
Good
embarrassing
man.
of the 3. The other time I had there was a blanket over me, and the other time I was able to pull the sheet up fast. Like, what the hell, bro? Because I thought the guy was not coming back. I'm going to be with this girl, and I'll see you tomorrow. So you're not coming back? So you're not coming back to the hotel? No. Well, all right.
There it is. Saddle up.
Well, all right. Well, the bad part about it is, and as you know, when you're with a lady and you're just about to, enjoy each other at
Nut.
that time, you just have to make sure you don't say anything stupid to mess it up.
Oh, yeah.
You can kill the mood, like you can kill the mood really quickly, and that's what happened to him. He killed the mood, and he came back and damn near killed my mood. I'm like, dude, you need to go back down in the car and drive around for like an hour, bro.
Shoot, that's why I don't say nothing when I'm in the action, bro. I don't say shit.
Yeah,
I got time to do it. Yeah.
Now, what's the deal with because you got the 2 shows now, and I'm always curious about, because I know how much work it takes to do a podcast. It's definitely 2 podcasts, and definitely one as long as the Jam show. It eats up a lot of time, and I know the research, the preparation, workflow eats up a whole lot of time, and
Oh, yeah.
it's difficult to. I don't know. Do you take breaks at all, or do you just plow one through?
Well, see, a long time ago I used to take breaks, but nowadays I try to go ahead and have things planned out so I can just get through it. So yeah, I usually do some planning now. I started doing that around let's say second season of the J-Man show. I started doing that because there were times I wouldn't be on for a week, and I was like, nah, I got to go ahead and get this done. So I pop back in, start writing all that stuff, laying it out, because when you stay far away from something for a while, it gets harder to go back. Let's just be
Mm-hmm.
honest. It does.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to go ahead, and I was like, let's get through this. Let's catch up. Plus, you're a big inspiration for that. All them damn episodes, you got you past it. So I had to go ahead and catch up and do what I need to do. And then, like, I had so much fun doing the J-Man show. I was like, well, people need to get prepared for a little bit. So I started making mini bites. And then I always had plans for jams.
What's your count on the flagship?
I think the count is at. You mean the total episodes done or total
Mm-hmm.
listens?
Episodes
Oh,
done.
total episodes done? We're at 205 in the can. 206 coming tomorrow.
Isn't it weird to look back and see hundreds? you know, you look back and you go, I know I've been doing this for a long period of time, and I know that like when you put the episode up, you put the number there, but for some reason you're so busy in the workflow that you never really pay attention to that number, and you're going, I did this 206 times on one show. And jams, I mean, how many jam shows have you put out? 950?
Shoot. Man, if I get to that point, then I'm not going to heaven anytime soon. I got the immortal life. I'm just doing it. But no, I'm at 24 episodes now because 24 is landing this Friday.
And that's those shows are, and what's the average length of those shows? Those are full radio show length shows.
Yeah, like jams went up to like 3 hours ever since episode 12, so it's like 3 to 4 hours now for that. And then like for the J-Man show is like 30 to 45 minutes.
Because that is, you put out 4 hours of content. It's like,
yeah,
4 hours of content a week, 4 hours. And it's not like I know people go, well, radio stations put out 4 hours a day. Yeah, but they got staff.
They do.
They got iHeartRadio behind. Not even though we're both on iHeartRadio, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
It's such a difficult thing to do again and again because you don't have any writers.
Nah, just me.
Right. I don't have any writers. It's just me. And then you got to do research for the songs. How when it comes to the artists that you choose, are people just bombarding you with I was going to say tapes? Good God Almighty! Let me take my teeth out and put them in this jar. Hold on.
Oh, you're not that old, are you?
Tapes. Good God. When you get songs sent to you, I'm assuming do they blindly send them to you? I mean, can the people just send, or do you go out and?
Well, in the beginning, I usually seek them out. You know what I mean? Like there are times where I listen, and then like I pick like different tracks on different areas like Spotify, SoundCloud, or Bandcamp, and then like I like the sound so much, and then I'm like, let me go ahead and talk to them. So I send them out messages, and then they get back to me about it, and then I start asking them questions on who they are, what got them started, and then I'm like, would you like to be on J360 Jams? And then I let them know what J360 Jams is all about, and then they're usually eager to come in. And then if I like them so much, or if they really want to hang out more, which they usually do, then they can go on be on J360 Hangouts, which is growing, by the way. Episode 9 will be around soon.
What is the? No, these are independent artists.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely independent musical artists.
Because if you go for signed artists, you know exactly what happens with that.
Oh, dude, we won't get any play from them. They'll give you the runaround, or you probably talk to a yes man whose job is just to say yes, but you don't get no sort of progress out of that. Whereas with independent people, they're willing to work with you, and you're already an independent radio station, so it's like, let's do this. Let's go for it.
Have you done anything with what is it? The Spotify? I think Spotify lets you play music on the Spotify down their streaming music, let you play that. Have you thought about any of that at all? Even though I know that I think if you do that, it only plays on Spotify. But I was curious about that because you play a lot of music.
Mm. Well, no, I actually put it on the grid. Like, I got my own grid where I get the songs on.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I haven't thought about using Spotify for that, but we'll see. I mean, like, the show is going to go into its second season, but I think, like, if I'm going to make those little changes, it's going to be about, like, mid-season break, probably.
Mm-hmm. I've
So,
often wondered
we'll have to
about that.
see.
Now, as the shows grow, do you see yourself dumping one of them?
Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that because I did do that one time.
Mm-hmm.
It was called The Cyclone, and it dealt with Sports World, and
I remember
Sports
that.
World has been kind of under the weather, so I had to trade it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I've done that before where I'm like, if I can't produce the show and if it's just not the time for it, I will shelve it and then I'll use another show that I have to fill in the gap.
Are they all? Are they all on? Are they on different feeds or all on the same feed?
Oh, they're on different feeds. I remember trying to do them all on the same feed. People got confused. So I was like, because I did that with Podbean way back when, and I tried to have them all on there, but people were like, I like the J-Man show, but this is like, for example, I like the J-Man show, but this is a mini bite. Oh yeah, this episode's a little short. I was thinking something was a little longer, and I was like, oh okay. So let's put them on different feeds. Let's put them on different tracks, and we'll leave it at that.
It's funny how when people like something and you change anything, they are not having it.
No, they are not. And then the funny part is you ask them a question, you get them to vote, and then after a while, it would get you like they're the ones confused. And you're just following through on like what the results of the whole picking was. So I remember when I asked about that. It would be easier, but the problem is people get confused by the content. And that's why I have that YouTube channel anyway, so it could be a hub. So you can't try to please everybody. That's the wildest thing. So you got to really kind of just do your own thing.
What I figured out, and I learned this a long time ago, when I was a younger guy living in LA doing stand up on the West Coast, and I did, and it was really weird because it's like I'm sitting there. See, here when you're doing stand up, you can just hit clubs, just hit them. Out there, there'd be these big stretches where you can't do it. So I'd be home during the day, and I'm like, I might as well make money. I don't want to be staring at the wall. So I did some market research things. People will answer surveys one way, but in real life, it's a whole different story. I would love to have you do your original show and mix in some of the other stuff. I think that's great. I think I think that's great. And then the second you do it, get that crap out of here.
Yeah, they do not like the execution of that at all, but they love the planning process.
Mm-hmm. Get it out. I still remember this was before Podbean. I didn't know whether I wanted to be a podcaster at all. And I tried, and it was a service that doesn't exist anymore. I just tried it out for a little while, and all of a sudden, I went from 0 listeners, and it was like 400, 500, 600. I'm like, oh, wow, all these people listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, now that I got them, they like listening to me tell these stories. Oh, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Oh, this is great. 5,000. Oh, no, not 5,000. It was like 3,000. It was like close to 4,000. And I was like, oh, this is great.
That's so good, though.
Oh, this is great. Let me I'm going to mix in some other stuff. Man, cool. They climbed in my ass like.
Oh, damn.
They got in my ass really quick. Hey. We came here for jokes and stories. We ain't trying to hear that other crap. Get that crap out of here.
Oh, damn.
I was like, yeah. Because it had all been positive at one, oh, yeah, we love it. Hey, let me mix in some of this. Hell no. Get it out of here. Mm. Get that crap out of here. You
that's
stick
the way
with
it
the
goes
stories.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's like when you watch a celebrity that is really good at something. Like Jim Carrey's a good example of that. People wanted to see Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
He's actually a very good dramatic actor.
Yeah. It's like The Majestic and the Number 23 is when he tried horror. I mean, at least he tried. I mean, you got to experiment yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be in a box. You know, you don't want to be in a box. You don't want to be like typecasted and stuff, which is why people are actually mad, by the way, mad at Chris Evans for giving up the Captain America role when I was like, that's actually pretty cool that he went for that. Because him and Robert Downey Jr. had that dynamic. With him not there, I mean, but we're, as a whole, think about it, you know, what's for the universe?
That's the weird thing when people give up. It's it's one of those things where when you make a certain amount of money, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
At that point, yes.
It's like I've got 5 blockbusters in my back pocket. You know, it's time for me to act like, you know, a survivor of a car crash whose mom just found him in the hospital and who had an alcohol problem. His wife sets dogs on fire, and you got to have one of those tragic life. You know, you see those stories where it's like, could you take like 5 tragedies out? Because you're kind of bumming me out. I'm about to leave this movie theater.
Yeah, that's soap operas, isn't it? Like, you know, like right there, that's like Bold and the Beautiful and what was that one, Young and the Restless? All in their season finales, they do crap like that. You're right.
I just want to say for the record, Jay, that I've never actually watched soap operas. I was too busy battling and fighting caribou and and wrestling alligators and drop kicking boa drop kicking snakes and it was too ultra he-manly to watch. Okay, I watched those shows. So
you know, wow, that was some good bullshit there, S-Man. I mean, that was some good bullshit there. I got to commend you on that. But you know damn well we share this world with women, and sometimes when the market tries to market to women, we get exposed to that BS. So yeah, and then Lifetime's a thing. So yeah, that was good.
You know, man, when I was a teenager, I walked by and I saw all these ladies were talking about soap operas, and the dudes would come up, "Hey, good, get out of here." And I was like, I see. So I started watching. I don't remember which one it was. No, it's probably like Young and the Restless. So I think that's the granddaddy of those, right? And I watched it for a week.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah, it is now.
And and I was like, I think whatever one Meg Ryan was on, that's the one I watched, right? So I go back to school, and it's like, yeah, I can't believe Jennifer ate that apple. What? You know about Jennifer the apple?
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes you gotta, I don't want the word to get out too much because some people be like, oh, he's giving out secrets, but you gotta know the lingo of what they're talking about that way. So you got a bridge there. It's just like one of them kind of.
Well, the good thing about it is there's certain people you could tell them all this stuff, but they will male ego out and they will he-man so much. It's like you could try to give people the game. Yeah, it is. Here's the game. Nah, bruh, I ain't watching that.
Yeah, and that's why they still batting less than 1,000. It's just
like, man, your left arm is huge.
Fat game strong. Woo! Yeah.
Nah,
boy, I'll tell you that left hand treatment.
Man,
anyway, here's that.
Shook your hand. You crushed my hand, bruh. What's up?
See, I'm not even shaking his hand. A head nod he get.
Yeah,
head nod.
like, nah, bro. Let me put this glove on real quick.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So that is it's amazing because we've got 20 years between us, somewhere around there, and probably about 110 miles. No, well, at the time, I grew up in Philly, so it's probably about 35 minutes away from where you are in Delaware. And it's amazing how 20 years and maybe 60 miles difference, how a whole lot of that crap is exactly the same.
Oh, yes. It is very much the same, man. I think they had a statement one time that said no matter where you go, people are about the same that you met, something like that. And that's usually how that goes. There was one time you called me young you at one time. I was like, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, because I was sitting there, you were telling me about yourself, and I'm like, good God, man. Am I being pranked here?
No, I guess God liked us enough, so He made us in two different eras.
Somewhere there's a 10-year-old that's just like you.
Yes, and it ain't from me, so no Father's Day things yet.
Because that is just a weird thing. Because I don't know, man. It's like when you think about your childhood. I mean, what did you think you'd be doing if in your 30s if somebody grabbed a hold of 15-year-old Jay? What do you think? What do you think that kid would think you'd be doing now?
Oh, probably working for NASA.
Mm-hmm.
Either working for NASA or working with like engineering or something a little different than filmmaking media. You understand what I'm saying? Like I always had that dream, and I'm following it. But the thing is, it's like I always had interest in other elements and stuff. I'm sure when I get about your age, I'm going to be a novelist.
You know what the funny thing is?
Mm-hmm.
I was also one of those magnet school science. You know what I mean? Making robot kids. I was the same kid. And people going. Because I remember a lady came to a show who was a mother of a girl that I really wanted to be with, and she goes, and she calls my family. She goes, "Was that rocket scientist up on the stage over there? Was that him? He's so shy. And I thought is Mr. Science up there?" Because I was one of those little nerds, repairing the remote control cars. It's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me.
I mean, that stuff's pretty fun, though, Popular Mechanics, though.
Yeah, well, the thing about it was back in the day, Radio Shack used to sell those little machines, and you could put them together. And,
yeah, they did.
And I always was not necessarily satisfied with what I got, so I decided, well, I'm upgrading this stuff. I don't think this is good enough. And I took it apart, and I would tinker with it. I always was fascinated by that stuff, but my first love was always telling funny stories to people, even back then.
Mm.
You had the aptitude for that stuff, but it wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And truth be told, you would probably, if you went to NASA, you'd be the guy that people would be huddling around in the lunchroom, trying to hear your opinion on things. And I'm not just talking about the things that require going to Mars and the moon. There's always a guy in the office that people like to hear them talk. And I think that's what would have happened.
Yeah, I'm sure that probably would have happened. And I'm going to tell you one thing, though. I would love to have done the Mars exploration and everything. That would be nice.
Oh,
because I always love space.
Whenever SpaceX shoots up one of their reusable rockets, I'm there.
Yeah.
If somebody would have said, "Yeah, we're going to take a rocket, we're going to shoot it in space, we're going to release satellites, and then we're going to have it come back down and land, and then we're going to do it again," people would have said,
"But that's just awesome."
I mean. I would love nothing. I would really love to actually be there to physically see it. Now I've seen the video, but just imagine standing there and watching a rocket come back from space and gently land in the bullseye of a landing pad.
Ooh, yeah.
I couldn't even imagine it. I think that would be just the coolest thing in the world. The coolest thing in the world. So what slid you over to the microphone?
I keep cutting you off on that. Huh?
So what slid you over to the microphone? What slid you to the microphone? Yeah, instead of pursuing that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, man. Mm-hmm. I got all confused there for a minute. I went to space a little minute ago. Mm-hmm. What swapped me over to the microphone was that, like, once again, with the engineering and all, like, there's audio engineering. There's all sorts of working with computerized moments and plus, and I love the music. And I was like, yeah, I want to work in radio too. Like, and then like my love for filmmaking and all, just everything just clicked, and I knew what I wanted to do then and there, and it just kept calling for me and stuff. So I wanted to follow that itch.
Was it just radio itself, or did you have people that influenced you and made you want to do? Was there a point person that made you want to do radio? A favorite radio host?
Well, in terms of like inspirations, I would say Howard Stern
I knew it.
and Don Imus. Before Don Imus tried to say something about those girls that were over at Rutgers. But let me just tell you this though. Those girls at Rutgers were fine, dude. I was like, please accept my application. I'm a good student. Look at my grades.
Man,
I could have went too, but I mean, outside of that controversy though, it was pretty funny. And then like some of the other local radio towns around here, they were actually pretty good when they were here. Some of them got sold out, but they were just, oh my God, like they seem like they're having so much fun. They're talking about their experiences. They're telling funny stories, which also inspired me too, because I used to love Def Comedy Jam. So yeah, one way or another, I was like, yeah, I want to work in media.
Man, so just think, this is 2021. It's now 2031. And you're now older, Jay, with gray hair.
I don't have gray hair. I have black. Don't even try it.
I said 2031.
I know, I'm messing with you.
It's coming. It's coming, my friend. You can try to Grecian formula it out if you want to.
Hey, as long as I don't have anything receding, I'm good. If I don't have that LeBron James crap you got, I'm good.
Well, let me give you some encouragement. 20 years from now, I'm 20 years older than you. I have every single strand of hair on my head. I've lost nothing.
Really? Really? All right, man. Good genes. Good genes.
But the funny thing is, I still shave my head, which pisses off some of my older relatives. You can grow hair, you cut it off. What the hell?
Well, to be fair, when you do that, it does grow back easily. You do, right?
Well, I do what I do. Hey,
man, you smooth as hell, though. You know
what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
When you're blessed with genetic superiority, it is what it is. You understand?
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? When you can take
that smooth, man.
When you can take 2 Moderna shots and have 0 side effects, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but I was in the Pfizer clan, so I already know. But you know what I mean. By the way, we fully vaxxed, my dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
The 27th, that's the 2-week mark after me getting stuck in the arm, the 27th of this month. Then I'm done. Good. So you get jammed. You got jammed twice too, obviously, because you said you're fully vaxxed. Which one? Did you get Moderna? Did you get Pfizer?
I got Pfizer.
You got Pfizer? Did it get to you? I mean, did it beat you down, that second shot?
Yeah, the second shot got me pretty good, though. I mean, like, I really went to sleep. Like, I couldn't do too much anything. Which is why the order of the Day for 60 shows that day was, thank God it wasn't a jams week, but I couldn't really get too much done.
I cleared out 4 days knowing that I was going to get that second shot. I literally cleared 4 days out of the schedule, because I knew obviously when you get the first one, you know when the second one's coming, and so I was like, okay, let me clear these 4 days out. Not a damn thing happened to me.
See, you were lucky though. See, that's the thing. I mean, maybe you had that higher tolerance. I don't know, but you didn't get tired or anything.
If there was no difference between a regular day and either shot, nothing.
Wow.
I mean, literally, my arm didn't even hurt.
Huh.
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, right where the needle went in, like a little teeny bit of soreness, but it's like the kind of soreness that only feel if you actually tap that exact spot. But other than that, nothing. And I was like, I'm almost mad because it's like 4 days worth of stuff I could have done if I'd have known. Now watch, we have to get a booster shot. I get a booster shot, and I'll be. People have to move me with a mop.
Oh yeah, because all that stuff came back tenfold.
The Moderna shot was like, we skipped S, double get him.
It was dormant, damn it, dormant.
You bastard. Get his ass.
Oh man,
Get that old bastard. Get him.
But, if you ever on the newspaper because of that kind of stuff, I'll be laughing my ass off. I care for you and all, but if you get wind up like that and it's on front page, man, I'm framing it, all right?
I got news for you.
My idol.
The funny thing about it is, I'll tell you the truth. We're both content creators who create a lot. Anything bad that happens to you, you know damn well you're going to use it. Anything bad happens to me, I'm sitting there going, this sucks, but this is going to be a kick-ass episode.
I mean, you got to, though. That's the thing. Hey, but you were telling me something about 2031. Like, I didn't want to interrupt that gag. So, what is my old ass doing in 2031?
No, that's what I was asking you. I was curious about 2031. What do you think you'll be doing?
Oh, for me, yeah. Okay. In 2031, I'd like to think that I would be full-time filmmaking. I think I'd probably be making a lot more movies at that time. And I'll still be doing J360 Radio, just a little bit differently. Because, I mean, as soon as I hit about 500 episodes, I think that's a wrap for the J-Man show, maybe. But I'll be making movies and creating. What?
Yeah, I'm at
500. Yeah,
I'm past 400 now.
Oh, well, you see, yeah, but you've been in it a lot longer than me, and who knows where the hell you're going to be at in 2031.
Yeah, I'll be 62. And my 28-year-old wife will probably be telling me to retire a little bit.
Yeah, you can actually retire, and I think you could pull. Yeah, I think you can pull money out of your retirement at that point. Yeah.
You have to understand
Go
something,
for it, man.
Jay,
what?
Not to brag or anything, but, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, at least you hurry up and say.
It's really a weird thing when you get older, and you don't have to worry about this for about it'll start hitting you about 10 years from now. You still look basically the same, but you know that you're 40. You know what I mean? Then you look at the 26, the 27, 28-year-old ladies, and you're going, and then you overhear them say things like, and I remember the first time I heard a young lady say about me and didn't know I overheard her, and I quote, "He's old, but he could still get it."
Oh, snap.
And I'm sitting there going, I almost wanted to go listen. Excuse me, ladies. I'm the guy that you just said. I'm 52 years old, by the way. I want to let you know that I really appreciate the fact that that I could still get it. Just want to thank you very much for that, for the offer of getting it. And I didn't say anything, but I just kind of laughed when I was walking out. And I think they heard me laughing because I looked back and they started kind of looking away and smiling. I was like, "Yeah, I heard you."
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
that's something to follow up on, though, man. Go and get them digits a little bit.
No, these girls are like 21, 22, 23. Hell no. But
oh yeah.
But it's,
you're
right. It's like if they were, believe me, if she was like 28, 29, 30, and I'd be saying, "Hey, Jay, I'd like to introduce you to my girlfriend, 30-year-old hot woman." "Hi, I'm S. Anthony's girlfriend, the 30-year-old hot woman." Fantastic.
Yes, you are. And I'm 6 feet from you because I know exactly how I am. Hey, S. I'll be like, yeah, get your girl, man. I'm good.
Because I tell you, it's just a weird thing. But I don't know, man. It's just it's an interesting time. So what you got?
It is.
So what's coming up? What's coming up next? You gonna you got some interesting artists coming up?
Oh yeah. The lineup's looking pretty good. As a matter of fact, as soon as it hits 40, it's done. So it'll be done by at least like Wednesday at 11:59, right before we get to that crossover point on Thursday. So that's the time for everybody to get their music in, and then I'll shuffle up the tracks, and we're good to go.
Fantastic, my friend. The time has come. I want to thank you for hanging out with your older brother from another mother.
Yeah, definitely.
My brother, We definitely got to do it again because, as always, I like talking to you, man. You're a good dude. You do 2 great shows,
Anytime.
and I like you a lot, my brother.
Of course, man. I got nothing but respect for you, yes, man. And, you know, if you want me to come back, just invite me back. You know where I'm at. Oh, wait. You got to come over to my house. So I got to bring you over to the Hangout show.
You damn right. Yeah. What the hell is up with that?
Well, it's my turn now, so don't complain.
How dare you've been on my show twice, damn it. I ain't trying to hear that crap.
I got to... What? Look, I got to complete the trilogy, so I might as well bring you over to my show. I've been working.
In fact, I want to be on J360 Jams. Hold on for a minute. Love, exciting and new. What do you think? Come on. What about that?
Okay. You know what? That's fine. That's a cappella. We'll use it. All I need you to do is do it twice.
That's all I'm saying, man. I'm trying to expand my horizons.
that was expanse. Yeah, that was very expensive. You can say it was a stretch. I like it.
My brother, I want to thank you, my brother. Much love to you, and we will continue to harass each other daily online.
All the time.
As we do.
Yup.
Take care, my younger brother from another mother.
Yeah. You know it, man. Take care, bro.
You take care, bro. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Now, that was fun, wasn't it? Told you. What did I tell you? Have I failed you yet? No. Will I fail you? Also, no. Thanks again for all your support. Much love to everybody, and I'll see you again next time. Take care.